on the creative control. Well, first off, you can check out Get My Go on their YouTube channel. Even though I don't do the shows anymore, Durbin gives me shit if I don't plug it. So there you go, Mike. Get My Go on YouTube. Getting ready to take another summer break, actually, so you won't have to hear about it anymore for a few months.
Oh my God, they're taking a break.
Summer vacation again. Mike takes the summer off
for the Get My Go show.
Yep.
What are you talking about? Like summer break from podcasting?
That's what he does. Yeah, he takes summer off. Yeah, he likes to build anticipation for the big return.
All right, this is from Mike Roach. Hi, gang. This question is for Robbie. Hypothetically, Robbie, let's say you felt the need to flash your neighbors, and she called the cops on you. Robbie, would you A, talk about it like an idiot on the podcast, B, go on social media and tell the world how God and your wife should forgive you, saying nothing about your actual victim, or C, shut the fuck up and pretend it never happened? P.S. How's the diet going, Robbie? Lovingly, Mike from Boston.
Jesus Christ.
Read some of the submissions that you had this week.
Elon Musk versus Biden and the Democrats. Meet the Hermets, the secret society of women who prefer to be left alone. American Plunger.
That'd be anybody that meets anybody from Get My Go, but go ahead.
Right.
And she dealt with a condition called Crohn's disease, which is severe inflammation of the intestines, which it's not life-threatening, but you feel like you're dying. The intestines.
You can also check out the Get My Go guys. They're still putting out content. Recently on their YouTube, they put episode 68 went after Sean Ross.
What do you have to do with that show that you're promoting them? Are they on your channel?
No, but I get ads for them and stuff. Ads on Get My Go aren't very expensive, and you would get an audio and a YouTube ad.
Edit this out.
Those motherfuckers
They're not expensive.
They'd have to fucking pay me.
Right. It's
Edit
not
out
expensive, so nobody listens to them.
I'm still part of the team. They're episode 68 went after Sean.
Which team is that?
The
sword fighting team?
GMG.
You're either on the team or you're not.
GMG
Enterprises. I'm a stockholder from the beginning, so But their episode 68 went after Sean Ross Sapp and Denise Salcedo.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah. And
interesting. How was that? Sean Ross Sapp DM'd me again. He's mad. He said I was a piece of shit.
What did you do to him? What did you do to him now?
Nothing. He's just. I didn't want to talk about it. He's ridiculous.
All right. And then episode.
He said, and then that same day, he posted some weird thing like from a burn. Did you see that thing where he said I want to rub your thighs or something like that?
Yeah, it seemed like someone's sending a DM.
Well, I can't count Brock Lesnar because he was already a wrestler. But hold on.
Oh my God! Get My Go. What the? Get him out of here. How about this? Your new troll name is Slapnuts McGee. Slapnuts McGee. I will be getting out of this basement soon.
Wait, hold on. Wait, why would you care if he was in his mama's basement?
Yeah, I'll be getting out of here soon, anyways.
No. I would love for him to answer that question. Why do you care? Okay. Why do you care if he's in his mom's basement?
Yeah. Slapnuts McGee.
If you were arrested for jerking it out your window to your neighbor, allegedly, would you take that shit to your grave, or would you announce it on a podcast and then make jokes about it on Twitter and then say how Jesus forgave you and it's all fun? Flashing is one thing though. There's flashing and then there's like pleasuring yourself for minutes.
Right.
There are a couple of different
AKA
things.
the Jeffrey Tubin.
I just want to say we might have just made the cold open of Get My Go with that little segment.
Big news, and I'm sure it's not much of a surprise. I think Disco predicted this. I'm going to return to Get My Go this week. I'm going to record those guys on Saturday since I'm no longer going away for the weekend. And it is indeed the second season finale, as Mike is, like I said, going to take his Get My Go summer sabbatical. So it's going to be the last episode for 3 months. I'll be on there with Chad and Dean the Aussie Guy. As far as the creative control...
Can you imagine being alone with this guy, Dean the Aussie Guy, and who was the other guy you just mentioned?
Chad, the Chadster from the Two-Man Power Trip.
In an elevator for like 2 hours or on New Year's Eve and nowhere to go.
It would be.
I like how Joe excitedly says the
Chadster.
Yeah.
It is. It would be, as Kevin Gill once said, on-demand audio entertainment if that was the case.
With zero demand. Go ahead.
Oh my God! There you see. I can see Jerry Glanville, bottom right.
If you didn't know by now, my name is Chad, and every single week I'm joined here by the one and only Queen of Extreme, Francine, looking on a nostrily angle this week. Mike Durban will love this one.
Does he like nostrils? Is he in the nostrils?
He loves pristine audio quality, which you always have.
Mike Durbin was throwing shade at Conan, and Mike Durbin were having a shade war.
Political debate.
Yeah, he said, bro, worry about Chicago. You got enough fucking problem with Jesse Smollett and everybody else and the gang warfares over there and the proliferation of guns, and you're worried about being a disco simp. Oh, yeah, disco.
That's disrespectful to what you just
well, he is.
Okay, hold on. A grown adult man should not live in their mother's basement. Oh, then don't worry about it, you little shit. Anyway, hey, if I was in Eric's shoes, I mean, I would love living in my own mom's basement if I had one.
Especially if it's a finished basement.
Hey, listen, Slapnuts McGee, get my go. Who are you to tell me how I should live my life?
Besides, at least that basement's more cleaner than your attitude.
Yeah. Oh, because I moved all my stuff up to a new room soon.
Do you ever listen to Get My Go, Nick?
Why would you ask me a question like that?
I don't know. Let's see if you listen to Get My Go.
There was a time I was flogging the dolphin, and what a loser. Who did that?
Oh, fuck it. His name is Rad Rob Francois.
He does sound
he's French.
But no, it's an amusing story, and it's part of the Get My Go saga.
Is he part of your crew?
He was at a time. His description on his podcast was, "I flashed her for several minutes." Isn't that an inherent contradiction? You can't flash
Not
somebody.
flashing them.
Yeah.
Flashing is quick.
Yes, you can't flash someone for several minutes. Oh, dear.
You got to respect the effort there, though.
Yeah, it's good.
What's the name
but
of that?
Hey, no, he's all good with Jesus, though. Jesus is fucking cool with it. So,
I mean, an iconic event and a huge and monumental occurrence.
She taught me what it meant to do whatever it takes to make sure your kids are taken care of. Taken, I don't know. Anyways,
bro, you can check me out on before I say this, make sure you support all of Joe's stuff except Get My Go.
Hey, Get My Go. Here's something for you.
What are those?
All right, welcome back to Get My Go, episode number 71. Thank you so much for watching or listening. This is going to be the season 2 finale, maybe 2 parts. Actually, it'll probably end up being 4 parts because we are going to watch the first 45 minutes of a clip that will probably be split into 2 parts, end of season 2, and then the final 45 minutes of this clip will be the season 3 opener. It'll probably also be 2 parts. So, I'm very happy to see who we have on the show with us today. But first of all, we got the Chadster, the Aussie guy wearing a winter skull cap. Is it cold there?
I mean, not cold, Chicago cold, but it's Perth cold. Yeah.
What's Perth cold?
Earth. Oh, I thought you said Earth cold.
Fuck, I never know the conversion Fahrenheit to fucking, but you're probably talking 35, 40 degrees for you guys. Yeah. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Well, in the bottom left, maybe I'll move him to bottom right at some point, but we have the returning.
I deserve bottom right for that coldness thing.
We are honored to be joined by Joe Feeney. Welcome back, Joe. Joe was the one, well, I don't know if you were the one who picked this clip, but somebody had suggested it to you, and you shared it with me, and I said, okay, we've been talking about doing this one for a while, and it seemed like a perfect way to end season 2 and start season 3. Joe, what do you think about this clip? Tell us the clip. What are we doing today?
Well, I figured, first off, happy to be home. They say you can't go home again, but here I am. What do you call it? This, to me, seems like it's a fitting finale for season 2, but it's also a fitting finale for the Wangland story overall. You know what I mean? It's this was like not a big deal at the time, but it was like kind of a funny deal to all of us who had done Get My Go or followed the Reality Check Network story and all that. So it's basically Rob and John are going to kiss and make up, and Rad Rob, who's been on Get My Go before, and John, who of course was the subject of like the first 50 episodes along with Chris Martin. So these guys were going to get together and hug it out on YouTube, I believe. So people were greatly anticipating that as much as they, or more, if they're greatly anticipating this this review. So
this is called the Showdown, and that's what Rad Rob chose to call it. Before this, though, there was another similar episode, and it was done on the Bang and Dang show with Bang and Dang. They had John on, and they wanted to give him a forum to address his critics and address things that we have said and we covered on Get My Go over the probably at that point the first 40 episodes. I didn't watch that. I knew how it was going to go. And from what I heard, and I got the play-by-play on the whole thing, it went exactly how I thought it would go. They asked him questions. He denied everything, lied, and I saw no point in listening to it or watching it because I knew how it was going to go. And then when Rob, a few months later, Rob told us he was going to do this showdown with John and kind of do the same thing and make up with him. And it was more like a cathartic experience for him, which I get. I get why he wanted to do it. Being a Christian man, it's not good to have, Why are you laughing, guys? What's funny?
I don't know. It's just I heard something. Somebody said something funny over here. I chuckled at.
So I understand why he wanted to get all that off his chest. So he planned this showdown out. It was going to be a live YouTube thing. He told us about it. I didn't watch it. I knew it was going to go exactly the same way as the Bang and Dang thing, so I wanted nothing to do with it. I didn't watch it. Again, I knew how it would go, and sure enough, the next day when we all discussed it, it went the way I thought it was going to go. And did any of you guys watch it live when it happened? I know Joe was commenting during it.
Yeah, I think it took place as I was recording the Raven Effect. I think it was a Thursday night, but I was definitely in there ranting and raving at every time I had a chance to counter one of his lies, So, but Rob eventually stopped putting my comments up. So,
Dean, you watched it?
I did, and it's funny. You mentioned the Bang and Dang thing. Yeah, I mean, I won't give away too much, but yeah, it felt a little bit similar.
Yeah, I just remember the build-up, and like kind of the surprise that this was being done to begin with, because it was a little out of left field. And if you recall back in the Get My Go timeline, it was, a little bit more momentum getting behind Get My Go as a show, and lineups kind of falling into place as well. And I think that this, quote, showdown had a lot to do with that. I think that this was kind of a thing that somebody thought was going to propel them in cult status. And I just didn't watch because I didn't have that kind of desire to indulge it. It just didn't even hit my radar, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I already disagree with, Rob kind of saying, oh, it's for catharsis and because, I don't want to hold grudges and stuff. He was doing it at that time for numbers. He thought a lot of people would be interested in it because of the Get My Go steam that was rising. And that's just, I'm sure I'll get some DMs, but that's what I think. So that's my call.
I go back to the Superstars sessions.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Okay. I was pitched the Superstar sessions as being in the Get My Go pantheon, right? And being a part of Get My Go. I thought it was a Get My Go episode. Okay. Because I don't know if it was at that time, I still wasn't getting like direct invites. I was getting invited through other people to come on at one point. Mm-hmm. And I was completely floored to know that was a Rob vehicle that I did not want to be part of because I was not looking for a partner or an association with somebody. So that was the first kind of eye-opening experience where he was trying to get above Get My Go. And I was like, yeah, I don't know if this is going to play well.
Hey guys, welcome to a special edition of Get My Go. Yes, it's weird. I am hosting the great Mike Turban. This is kind of a companion piece. It's just something I came up with because of the heat that Chad had for the Superstars episode that we watched on the last two episodes of Get My Go.
But he did go on to create Dark Side of the Ring with Husey, which we all know is way better than Get My Go. So
yeah, it is a better show. He told Husey that. So,
hey,
all right. we're going to do this a little bit differently this time. I did not clip this episode, right? Normally I clip everything and I present it. Yeah. So I skipped around to certain parts and I'm like, this is going to be too good. I can't clip this. It's going to be the whole thing anyway. And I wanted to get my first reaction. I want to get my first take reaction on it. I've only seen about probably a total of 1 minute from this whole thing. So we are going to watch the whole thing in its entirety. And don't worry, we're breaking it into 2 parts. So it's not going to be, I know it's going to be hard for us to do. So yeah, we're going to start right now. And this is the first 45 minutes of the Showdown. All right. The first thing I want to note is that Rob looks a little different here than he had previously. And since then, I don't think I've seen him look like this, but it's interesting that he did a fresh, clean shave on the sides for John. And I noticed that when I saw a screenshot of it the next day. I was like, oh, he cleaned up for his buddy, John. It was nice of him to do that.
Little date. Yeah. looking fancy.
I always love the goatee where the double chin shows underneath it.
That's a fail. That's a big fail. The jump, I'm jumping way ahead, but I'm not sure the answer to this. So they did this. It was a big makeup and stuff, and I think Rob DM'd some people and said, I'm not going to talk bad about John anymore. It's over for me. But are they communicating today? From what you guys know?
No,
I do know, and I will save it for the postscript.
Oh.
I will save it for the postscript.
For part 4, we got to wait that long?
Yeah, we got to wait. I'll tell you guys, but the audience is going to have to. It could change. I mean, in 3 or 4 months, it could change. But as of today, I know what the status is, and it's very amusing. So,
well, I mean, I'll give Rob credit for his microphone, of course.
Yes.
Folks like myself who just have the little clip-on guy that go right in front of me. You know, I'm not fancy. I'm not technologically advanced, but, you know, got to give him credit. Mike looks fantastic.
Yes.
I've got the same mic and headphones I bought fucking 10 years ago. So,
yeah.
Should have a lot of people showing up.
7.
Get all my shit ready here.
He's like got a nervous kind of shake going.
He's got his blood is pumping.
Yeah.
He's definitely got nerves. Now the breathing heavy, I mean, that could have been
Eli Brazil's already here.
No.
Matt Wilson, what's going on? I'm just kind of letting everybody filter. We already got 8 already. Wow, you guys have no fucking life. Welcome, everybody.
Insulting the audience right off the bat.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
That's awesome.
Just so
that'll,
cool.
That'll make everyone stay.
He's so edgy. You know what I mean? He's just so
above
cool.
it. He's above all this.
Buddy, welcome. I'm going to let you guys filter in before we start the show. Bobo, Chris, what's going on, guys? Good to see you all here. I'm just kind of getting everything set up here. Who else we have here? Corey Ryan's in the house. Wow.
Ooh,
Corey,
wow.
good to see you, buddy. Joseph Feeney gave me a love on Facebook.
Didn't name me
love you
nothing but
too.
retards.
Hey, Troy, what's going on, brother? Thank you for the bits. Troy with some cheers. That never gets old. Fuck, we got 11 you assholes here already. That's more than I usually have from my main show.
Pause. See, that was funny. Rob ate 11 New York strips before he recorded, so it was interesting. They both had the same dinner.
Delicious.
Should do this more often. All right, I'm going to put myself in the green room. We're going to start the intro, and we'll start the show there, man.
Ooh. Great graphic.
Why that? Why did that just happen? I'm going to put myself in the green room, and then we're going to start the show. Why were you there then?
Dean, it's like the pre-show for a pay-per-view. Come on.
I'm with you. Yeah. Well, where's Jerry the King Lawler and Booker T and shit?
Yeah. We should have done like a panel before this. So this was probably created by Eli, right? The graphic?
I'd imagine,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, actually. Definitely.
Never happened to that guy.
Hey, guys, welcome to RTW Main Event. This is a special edition of the show. I am your host, Radicalized Rob Francois.
Radicalized Rob. What happened to that name? Was that another name where you just fucking jumped headfirst into somebody's anus and completely changed your identity for Bin Hameen, and now you fucking hate Bin Hameen? Isn't that fantastic?
This is a special interview, and I know we don't do interviews on this show anymore because this show is pretty much just a fuck-off show for an hour and a half with Ocho and I just trying to pop each other. Big Josh in the house. What's going on, guys? I appreciate being here. We're 20 strong here live on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Rad Turtles Wrestling, my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Rad Rob Gaming, and my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Rad Rob Gaming. Welcome, one and all. Midnight Mike's in the house. Troy's in the house. Troy's already got some cheers. Joe Feeney, Corey Ryan, Eli Brazil, Bobo, Karam, Matt Wilson. Welcome, welcome, everybody.
So all the people who were there, all the people who knew it was happening, nobody else. So the 22 people, because we'll give him one for Twitch and one for YouTube.
I'm a huge Matt Wilson fan.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's great.
Good dude. Good dude.
And Chris Karam, where you been? I haven't seen Chris Karam in a while.
Yeah, where's he been?
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting show. I kind of came up with this idea a few weeks ago of squashing the beef with the one and only Johnny Podcasting. So yeah, this is what we're all here for. This is the Showdown, the war to settle the score. I'm going to bring in my very special guest. He is a nuclear heat magnet. He is the host of whatever the fuck they call it. They've had so many goddamn names now. I don't even know what they fucking call themselves anymore. But Sonny Salem, what's going on? Let's bring him in. You know who he is. It's Mr. No Days Off.
So I want to. Sorry here, Chad, but he's doing the Opie of just naming everybody that's in the chat, which is always entertaining. But I love that he took a dig at him for who the fuck knows what the name of their show is anymore. They keep changing it. Yeah, Rob, what's the name of your show now? How many times have you fucking changed it? Okay.
Yeah, and I was going to say, of course, Rob, well, it was my idea a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it was probably your idea because nobody else wanted to see the heat end. Everyone was having fun with what they were doing.
Yeah.
You know, this wasn't highly anticipated. It was more like a fucking fart in church, kind of like, who did that and why?
Scandinavian God. Johnny Podcasting. John Wangland.
Let's reframe. Let's redo that again. The hashtag Scandinavian God, Mr. Francois.
John with his mic 3 feet from his face.
Is it plugged in?
It may or may not be.
I love that he kicked it off with a malaprop. Let's let's redo that.
His hair is especially weird. That's always fun. When his part goes this way, and one side of his skull underneath is way larger on the right side there. I always thought maybe he had a head injury. I'm like, what is that? Am I making fun of a guy with a head injury because of how weird his head looks with that hair? But I don't know.
This was back to the rooster puffed out chest Johnny Podcasting, not the deflated, down on his podcasting luck Johnny Podcasting. He's feeling like he's getting a little bit of exposure here, so he's back up to puffing the chest out. A little confidence. I would say more confidence in John than the other guy.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Wangland.
Man, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. This is the first time we've publicly spoken in the last 15 months. A lot of people are looking forward to this.
Was it that long? 15 months at this point?
I just love the fact that he notes the anniversary, I broke up with her 15 months ago, and then we started talking again.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's good to have you here, I guess.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Is it though? Is it really?
Yeah, it is. It's good to talk to you.
Okay.
All
right.
Why not? I've been wanting to do this for 15 months, bro.
I know you have. We have a lot of people here watching already. So
well, welcome, everybody. Yeah. Welcome. Hopefully, everybody's doing good.
He says he's wanted to do this the whole time, 15 months. Isn't he the one that fired him from the network by a text or voicemail or something, like out of the blue? So you immediately wanted to make up. That's lie number one.
More people here than that watch your midnight streams combined, but
I don't know about that, man. I don't know if you want to compare subscribers and followers that check out the shows, man. Do we really want to go there? What do you got, about 15 over there on your YouTube?
All right, John Covenant. I was about to say there's more people there that have watched Rob's last 30 fucking lawn mowing simulator videos.
We should keep score. Like as of now, that's Don 1, Rob 0.
Yeah, that would be good. Can we get a family feud 1 and then a 0 box?
Yeah,
that'd be perfect.
Let me do that. Let me get a pen.
Yeah. That is good.
So wait, who was that? That was for John. John got that.
John 1, Rob 0.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll add it in post.
Yeah, but it's better than Michael Loving commenting for 3 hours.
Well, Michael Loving's a great guy, man.
Rob gets a point there.
That's 1-1.
Yep, Rob gets a point for Michael Loving, who has been absent from their streams.
I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just saying he's got nothing better to do, apparently.
No, he likes to come out and watch a little retro wrestling revival, man.
Is that what it's called now? You've had so many names.
We have. I'll tell you that, man. We've had more Facebook accounts than we would like to say that we've had, man. It's not by choice. It's people seem to like to email and try to get us canceled all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, when you're a heat magnet like yourself, I mean, you draw a lot of negative attention.
Wasn't it Rob that reported their Facebook pages? Is that right? I'm sorry, that's a false accusation. I thought that was always the idea, that it was Rob that had done it.
I'm going to say Rob and Eli.
Oh, he does?
I think Dean, doesn't he admit it on this?
I believe he admits it. He's definitely admitted it since.
He's definitely admitted it privately, but this may be where he reveals it to John.
I don't know about all the time. I think sometimes negative people try to draw out the and the heat from somebody else there. You know, I think people overlook the fact that we're all here to have a little fun and entertain sometimes. And it's a wrestling show, for Christ's sake. So if people really take that overboard too much, then I'd have to say that's on them. We're here to talk and have some fun and have a little wrestling talk and do some stupid stuff. It's a freaking wrestling show. So
I will agree with that. There are a lot of people that have kind of taken it a little bit too far, at least people that weren't involved directly. I mean, I had legitimate beef because I was the one right in the middle of it with you. But there are a lot of people that have learned to not like you, and that is through the hit YouTube show Get My Go, which you said you've never seen all the way through, but you've heard clips or seen clips about it.
Yep, I've heard a few clips. I've seen a few clips. I got to put it over, man. It's pretty funny stuff sometimes.
I mean, it is very funny stuff.
I do say some really stupid shit sometimes, huh?
I can't believe he just admitted that he says stupid shit.
Yeah, this is cool, collected, lackadaisical John. You know, for like someone that took it as seriously as he did. You know, to say, hey, it's just a wrestling show.
Yeah, just stay there, whatever, man. It's we're all having fun, you know. It's all good. We razz each other sometimes. It's all right.
Which is a total 180. Is it a 180? Yeah, it's a 180. A total 180 from his earlier days when he did take it very seriously and don't joke on my page and, you know, emailing sponsors and trying to cause. He even was one of the guys that originally was trying to cause trouble. He was a snake in the grass back then.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a couple of them here right now. Hang on.
Hey, it's all right, man. I'm Johnny fucking podcasting.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. Hit me with another one. Tell me what you think of me. Yep. Hit me with another one. Come on.
Because you don't have any balls to ever say it to my fucking face ever.
That's the truth.
Yeah, you were pretty pissed off on that one.
Yeah, a few times.
Let's see. Oh, this one. Let's see.
Shut up, Christopher. You suck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we're not gonna
bring Christopher up into it. Come on.
No,
man.
Christopher's not here to defend himself, Eric. That was something that was squashed a long time ago that people try to rehash over and over again.
And for the criticisms out there for like my buddy John, regardless of what you guys think social media wise, regardless of what you think like with podcasting, John's a good guy.
He's like, oh, I don't know. I'm just depressed. I didn't know if that was. I said, no, why don't you go read the goddamn thread, you idiot?
You don't know how to read, you fucking moron.
He probably doesn't.
He treats me like gold.
And then he tried calling me tonight. I didn't pick the phone up because I want to talk to this dumbass. I'm not going to be stuck on the phone with you for an hour wasting my time to listen to you whine and complain about your life.
He's a true friend to me.
Shut up, Christopher. You suck.
But when it comes to the person...
You'll be canned in the next week. You're gone in the next week, buddy. So
when it comes to the way he treats me...
When you send me your next show, I'm going to tell you that's the last one.
Guess what? John is a freaking friend.
Go do something else for yourself, man. Go back to Anchor.
And that's all that matters to me.
I'm not doing charity cases no more, man.
So I'm just saying, guys.
Shut up, Christopher. You suck.
What a like John admitted to saying stupid shit. And like those clips in themselves are not stupid shit. Like out of context. Like there's shit like putting assault on people.
They're creating damage. They're putting assault on people.
And of course, get my go.
And then he goes on and admits on his show that he did this to fucking get my go. He gets my go, this kid, man. He gets my go.
You know what I mean? All these different ones where he literally sounds like a moron, and you're just pulling random clips that aren't stupid. Like, he didn't make any mistakes on that. It's just, you got to understand the context to understand that the stupidity of it.
Yeah. Something that I wanted to point out is the clip, "Shut up, Christopher, you suck." That actually came from Rob.
Yes.
For sharing videos and stuff like that, which we turned around and made fun of on Get My Go and stuff like that. But it's just not something I would personally agree with. I wouldn't share people's DMs or videos and stuff. But Rob was a man scorned, So
keep the recorder going. I mean, I think we all wait for that red little box to stop sometimes because just in case. But he kept it going. That's fucking dirty.
Yeah, it was
nasty.
It was dirty, but at the time we loved it because
it was it was a great cause for some jokes, but that's just wrong. That's where you think you guys are talking and whatever. I can't tell you. I mean, Joe, you probably talk to guys when the recording's done, and they say better shit in the afterbirth of the interview than they do on the air, and you're like, oh, that could have been the interview.
Yeah,
you don't release it because that's wrong.
Totally. That's one of the things I was going to say. Like, that's episode 22, the Halloween episode, and it's the one in hindsight that I'm the most uncomfortable with from Get My Go, because that was private conversations. That wasn't. John didn't release that to the public. He had a conversation with a guy he thought he was his friend who was recording him and then used it against him. Now, we were all fucking out for blood at that time. Yeah. We moved past that and we realized this is just funny. Like, we don't need to do that dirty shit. So yeah, that episode's always made me, well, not always, but since has made me uncomfortable.
All the time. Christopher's not here to defend himself. That's between you two and Christopher. This is Rob and John. This isn't Rob and Rob and everybody else, and we're gonna have all that all the time. No, this is Rob and John, man. So if you want to talk John and Rob, then we're gonna talk John and Rob.
Oh, we will. We're gonna talk a lot of John and Rob. But I mean, Chris won't get my messages anymore, and it's a little upsetting when he wants to go on your platform and talk shit about me, and then I mean, I know he took the video down, because I asked him to.
Well, didn't he ask you to have a civil conversation, and you kind of ignored that a lot?
I did, but I mean, can you have a civil conversation with him?
I think actually you can. Chris is actually a really nice guy. So
point to John. To John. He just flipped that on him. Well, didn't Chris offer you a conversation? Yeah, but can you really have it? Well, no, you didn't take the opportunity. So, boom, point John.
What video is he referring to that they had to take down that Rob complained about or something? Does anybody know?
Which I did a little bit of research because I have a few friends that I know. And, apparently certain things got expunged. And kudos for Rob, by God. But I wish his lawyer or whoever, his public defender, would have done a better job. Okay, so here we go.
Yeah, that was where Brother Martin put his arrest record up on the screen.
I think that's what kind of put this into motion, the Showdown. Yeah. I think that's what... Oh...
And I believe now, Brother Martin may know a little bit more about that incident than perhaps Rob would like the world to know. But who knows? I don't know if you want to edit that out, Mike. But
it's funny because just the other day, Brother Martin sent me the screenshots of that arrest record.
Whoa!
And I have them right here.
Oh, so you're going to put them up? Are you going to pull the episode down?
I'm not going to put the screenshots up. I just have them. I will not put them up. But I will say that the anniversary is coming up in a couple of months. Let's just say is a day of remembrance for somebody.
Now we can all just say that this incident that probably should never have even seen the light of day in the podcasting world, right? Let's just rewind all the way back to that. Admitting it to his close personal friend here. Who then blew his spot up, and then this guy's just continued the snowball going downhill. We should have never known about this.
Yeah,
take that shit to your grave.
Well, as I remember, when John left Mike a message, and was like, you might want to watch out who you're associating with and what kind of person they are and stuff. I had a feeling that was what was going to come out, not knowing much about the situation, but I was just like, it's going to be something dirty. That's got to be what he has. But John didn't necessarily blow him up. He just threatened. And Rob anticipated it and confessed himself. So I guess my point in that is, who cares if Christopher put up the record if Rob, you already outed it, you know?
Videos with your friends and your buddies and do things. But you might want to think about who you associate with and who they are. Really deep down underlying.
See, if he sounded like that in his podcasting, he might have gone a little bit further, right?
Yeah, but that was to me that was a strange thing to say, because he had just spent the past year or so associating with and partnering with Rob. So if he had such a problem with it, he would have cut ties at that point.
Probably had no friends, so
Not to me, but people can think whatever they want about people. That's whatever they want to think about them. Christopher's a really nice guy, man. So it is what it is. People like to try to pick on everybody and talk a lot of shit, but the reality is most of them aren't going out there and trying to put out a podcast or a video show all the time. So people can hate on you, they can hate on me, they can hate on anybody else out there, but who's the ones out there trying to go do it? And the ones out there trying to have fun doing it. So
that's true. That's true.
Good point.
Let's get into some of the comments here real quick before we take a deep dive. Midnight Mike says, Wangland sucks, but not as much as Martin.
Well, I would respond to that Midnight Mike is a fucking joke and an absolute goofball. So keep at it, man. Hopefully the Midnight Jury's rocking strong. But remember, Mike, who was nice to you when you were going through tough times too. But you want to shit on me? Go right for it, buddy.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Eli Brazil, our friend Eli, says, already yelling into the laptop there, man.
Point for Eli.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that mic's on. I don't know what's going on with that. I just don't get why he never moves it closer to him.
Oh my God, I just noticed it in the corner.
Yeah, it's in the corner. It's 3 feet from his face, dude.
What is going on here?
That's how I know John has never seen a full Get My Go episode, because he would have, we've given that advice to him thousands of times.
But is it pinned to the wall and he can't? That's as close to the wall as he can get, right? I mean, that. What could it possibly be that it's not closer to him?
What's up with that? Why is your microphone so far away?
Because I choose to have it far away. I don't want it right up on me.
But I mean, that's what microphones are for.
Well, I like to sit right where I'm sitting. The sound is very clear. You can hear it just fine.
I'm going to give Rob a point on that.
Yep.
Because I'd always wanted to ask John that too. So
I'm comfortable where I'm sitting here.
You can sit there, John. Just move the microphone closer. Or hold it, dude. I even, Martin holds it. At least you can hear him that way.
Sometimes.
It looks foolish, yeah.
Well, sadly, Martin has changed his mic and he's got a stand now. But now when he taps away at the keyboard, it's just so yeah.
I'll give Martin. I'll give Chris this. There is some persistence and perseverance there for him to still be going. That's.
Yep.
I'll give him that.
I won't. I want him to stop.
Right.
He makes me hate podcasting, every minute of it.
Okay. All right.
I like to sit in my chair.
At least you have a microphone. I think you went through times where you might not have had one, but
no, I always had one.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I always had one.
Popular belief was that you stopped using one.
Well, I'm here to dispel that popular belief.
We're here to debunk everything. That's why we're here. What else we have here? Joe Feeney's in the house. Right into the numbers, nothing changes.
Oh, well, nothing changes with Joe being an absolute candy ass. So, notice how Joe ain't here on the conversation.
Point for John.
How about me there, man?
He's going to shine it up real good, turn that microphone sideways and stick it straight up Joe's candy ass.
Yeah, I heard I might live on the corner of Jabroni Drive and Know Your Role Boulevard.
Well, Joe's had
an impromptu Get My Go. I'm sure they would have done it, but I didn't want to amp like that.
Dude, I've made that offer a million times. If they want to have,
we know.
Yeah,
we know. We apparently don't have the balls to come on your show and talk to you. That's
well, you haven't, have you?
I mean, I'm here.
I mean, how you finally are after 15 months. No,
that's fair.
It is.
Corey Ryan, your old Corey effing Ryan.
Let's finally tell the truth. What about that? Corey couldn't hack the fact that you guys made fun of him because he was the cringiest guy in the world, and that he would give random, completely drunken blurts on shows, and that it would take 4 hours to edit a 10-minute clip. There you go, Corey.
I'd like to speak for Husey here. Release the Corey Ryan episode.
The Corey Ryan episode is available in audio format on all your favorite podcast apps. It's not on video. I took that one off, but if you want to listen to it, search it out. It's there.
So, from what I remember when I had a chance to look down at my phone and stuff when this was on, I remember like immediately in the group DM being like swing and a miss or whatever, like Rob buckled like a belt. And so far that's the case. He's getting handled right now.
Joe Feeney, having fun? That includes emailing Spreaker and sponsors. Fuck out of here. He turned into a maniac and tried to fuck over the people that helped him give him his break.
Hey, well, I want to say this right here, there, man. Let's say you.
I'm going to give him a point for self-recognition there. I'm going to give John a point.
Although the fumbling into it, though, I'll tell you that right here, there, man.
Hey, well, I want to say this right here, there, man. Let's say you like to sit over there and you guys like to say, oh, let's fuck the people that want to do cancel culture. Well, you're the first one that did it, Joe, and over to Art 19. So let's throw that out there. But I'm sure you're going to deny that probably.
Yeah, let's hear it, Joe.
Well, this requires a pause. Come on, Joe.
So I don't remember Art 19. All I remember is there was a guy who was starting up a podcast network, and he was interested in bringing creative control stuff on board. And I noticed after speaking to him that was where John had his shows and Chris's show and whatever else he had on there. And I wasn't interested in making the move anyway, but I kind of heard the guy out, and I said, well, I'm not going to work anywhere or put my shows anywhere that associates with John. And I never got into it. I just said that. I said there's a problem there, and I just don't want to associate with them. So whatever happened from there, I'm not taking any blame for. What probably happened is what always happened. John probably told the guy they had thousands of downloads. He brought them on board, and the numbers were terrible. So he just made the choice. And that happened without me even climbing on board, so.
Well, good job not joining the Reject podcast network. So
I can't even remember what was going on there, what that was called, or the guy's name, unfortunately.
The Nobody Listens to It network.
To be fair, John was right. He denied it.
I did. But I didn't get him canceled. I didn't get him canceled. I just said I won't work with him.
Big Josh, this guy claims to be a minister, a mental health expert, and you attack my learning disability, and you and Martin call me Gilbert Grape. I mean, yeah, you kind of, yeah.
I did not call you a retard in any ways. That never happened, Josh. Maybe you might need to go back and get your listening skills back in elementary school, but that definitely did not happen.
Come on, man. Did he fail listening class in elementary school?
That's an elective.
I don't care how retarded you are. You don't need school to learn to listen. You're either deaf or you're not.
That's pretty great.
Didn't you go and say something like that, man?
I'm just saying, maybe he needs to go back to elementary school and get those hearing skills back there and focus on what's going on, because I never said that. So why don't you go back and listen to that? And did I ever call you Gilbert Grape? No, I didn't call you Gilbert Grape.
Brother Martin called him Gilbert Grape.
And Gilbert Grape isn't even the retarded one, is he?
Yeah. It's the other one.
Yeah, it's a brother.
Oh, yeah. DiCaprio.
I think Chris did, actually.
Yeah, so let's say that right there. I'm not the one that carries on that conversation.
Corey says you're a little punk ass.
Yeah.
Well, Corey, why don't you go out there and swig another fifth of Jack and go have a good night?
Whatever happened to that Nick dude that was talking shit on one?
I don't know what happened to Nick too much, to be honest with you. Nick comes around here and there. You see him on the things. I don't really know, to be honest with you. Mr. Nick Berzies. What's up, Mr. Nick Breeze? Nick Berzies, the man, the myth, the legend. How you doing, buddy?
Nicky Breeze, baby, the dark pop in the house, ready to have some fun, have some frolics, get into some psychological BS with your little girlfriends, and have some laughs, have a good time, Life's too short to, feed off the energy of others, but instead contribute positive energy in everything that we do.
Was he friends with Christopher? Is that where you found him?
Yeah, they were friends. I only met him that one time, or twice maybe, I think. So, yeah, that was it.
Out of your 17 failed providers and titles and co-hosts. All right, let's get into a little bit of that.
Sure.
Everybody knows the history between you and I. Everybody knows that Jeff Johnson and I started Rad Turtles Wrestling in December of 2018. And I think somewhere around February or March of 2019, you messaged me on Twitter, said that you enjoyed my podcast and you were starting your own network and you would love to have me on. So RTW was your first official signing.
Mm-hmm.
if I ever asked you, where did you actually find, like, how did you hear about my show? Because I mean, we were just a small independent podcast.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter you were having your beef with Coon there or something there, and I saw it pop.
Oh, yeah.
Coon, there's something there.
Coon there or something there, and I.
That's certainly, being the number one draft choice of the Reality Check Network is certainly something to hang your hat on, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I saw it pop in my comments and stuff, and I was like, "Who's this guy?" And I went up and I saw you had a show, and I listened to your show, and I liked your show. I thought what you and Jeff did was really good, and the rest was history from there. But yeah, I liked what you were putting out. You guys had a fun show. It was a good, really good fan wrestling podcast. You guys did a lot of fun stuff together, man. You and Jeff were a really good team.
We were good, but the history between him and I, and how flaky he was, which is unfortunate. I like working with Jeff, but he wasn't reliable, and he didn't want to do interviews because he didn't feel comfortable doing them, which is fine. I mean, I handled that part of it, but
Jeff's very flaky, as we know, as was I, as was Richie Reardon, as was Grappler 6, as was Grappler 7. Who else have we got? Oh, obviously Wangland himself. Stacked up a lot of co-hosts there that he's moved on from.
Husey.
Husey's another one. Yeah.
When I needed him to do stuff, he wasn't around. And then finally, when he wanted to get involved, he was pissed off that I did a quick ad read that you asked me to do when I was on vacation in fucking Florida, which I did for you. And then he found out about it and got pissed off, and he left. And that's when him and Blake kind of got pissed off too, and wanted to leave the network. And I know I had a public spat with the grapplers, and I know you defended me. You did go on Midnight Mike's show without me because I thought it'd be a fucking duck hunt. I didn't want to I didn't want to get ganged up on by those guys. But I will give you credit. You had the balls to go on that show and defend me. So I will give you credit for that. And then when we started our partnership with Reality Check, we started a group chat on Twitter. Bang and Dang were in it. Jeff and Blake were in it. I think your dad might have been in it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he was actually.
I publicly
and the man,
or I privately told everybody, don't get involved with the grappler. Like, let's just drop it. Let's stop talking about the grapplers and Coon and all this shit. And then I got pissed off at something that they did, and I tweeted publicly about it. And Blake and Jeff got pissed, and Bang and Dang got pissed, and they left.
So I was in that chat. I was there.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I didn't get named, unfortunately, but no, I was in that chat, and he's correct. Stan was in there, and Bang and Dang, and Jeff. Maybe Brother Martin was in at the time. It was phenomenal because we all got added to this group chat, and these two said, we're not talking publicly about the grapplers or anyone else anymore. And the rest of us are like, none of us are. Right. What are you talking about? And we're all kind of like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then literally 20 minutes later, Rob's fucking tweeting at the grapplers. So, yeah, just for a bit of context.
So I will take responsibility for that. But that all came around in the end in February of last year when you decided you didn't want to do shows with me anymore. And you asked me at 10 o'clock on a Friday night and said, I have an attitude problem. Nobody wants to work with me anymore. We've lost too many people, and you kind of went off on me and you said, don't expect Richie to be there tomorrow to do the show because he was doing the flagship with me. And you're like, I don't feel good. I'm going to bed and I'm up fucking pacing all night because you dropped that bombshell out of nowhere without coming to me like a man and telling me that you had an issue with me.
Just for context, about a month earlier, these guys did the same thing to me. They said, we got a problem with you. We're not going to do shows with you anymore. And they blocked me.
You were the mole. You were the freaking mole.
I was the mole, They searched IP addresses. They found that all the trolls were coming from Perth, Australia, of course, as they were.
Oh, of course they were.
Just blocked me, gave me no right of reply. Just moved on. So there you
go. That poor floor that he was pacing on, can only be thought of in this moment. I mean, guys, seriously, who gives a shit? I mean, all this, we're not talking publicly and we're not doing this, we're not doing that. Let's go back to episode 19 and get my go history where I talked about people playing podcasts. Remember that? Remember podcast cosplay? Well, Great example of it tonight because this is pathetic. Guys, nobody gives a shit outside of the 8 people that you guys are talking about. So we're stating this publicly. Shut up. Stop.
If we're supposed to be friends, which look, I told you I loved you plenty of times. I mean,
Oh, man.
I told you I loved you plenty of times.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's very strange. I've had close friends for 20 years, 15 years, 30 years, whatever, and we don't quite exchange those type of words with each other.
No.
It's just maybe I'm bottled up. Maybe I'm the one that's not being a real man. But I don't know. That seems very strange. Somebody else go because I can't be the only one.
I'll give you guys a great example. Okay, I'll give you a great example. Me and John Paz. Okay, we've been friends since 2002. Okay, he was the next to best man at my wedding. I was in his wedding party. We've broken bread. We've been to each other's houses. We've been a part of milestones, deaths, marriages, everything. During COVID, when I had to scale back my podcasting because of work, John took the ball and ran with it and made the TMPT Empire completely a different monster. Did we have a public, I'm going to go out and declare that, John Paz did this and that? No, he did a great thing successfully and went on. And I never said a word about it because I was proud of him as his friend. You don't have to do this. You're talking to yourselves. You're doing this for your own vanity, and it's pathetic.
Can you just please,
Chad?
What?
Sorry, please tell Paz that you love him right now.
You know what, John? I love you, and he doesn't need. You know what? But I will say this: he doesn't need to know that because we've been through so much shit together, right? I don't need to. If I don't talk to him for 2 weeks and then we pick it up, it's because we have chemistry as friends for 20 years. But this is pathetic. These are guys that don't know each other outside of talking to a box like this, okay? And again, I know I haven't met Mike, I haven't met Dean, I met Joe in person. I met Joe before and he didn't even remember, okay? But we've been able to exchange. I'm kidding. We've been able to exchange. This is a fake friendship / relationship they've got here, and they're doing this for vanity purposes. It's very sad.
I was close to your family.
Yeah.
But the fact that you didn't come to me with that information really hurt me. And to drop a text like that on me, on a Friday night, just ding dong ditch, I was pretty fucking pissed off, and our relationship really went downhill from there.
Yep, absolutely.
One thing, Mike, is that when he says it really hurt me, you should insert Ralph Wiggum's "Heartbreaking" from The Simpsons.
But the fact that you didn't come to me with that information really hurt me.
And now,
why didn't you bring it to my attention if you had a problem with me?
There was a lot of things that were going on at the time, and me and you could agree on this 100%. When you're trying to put something out there and you're trying to do something, you're trying to find a niche. You're trying to find any type of thing that's going to spark attention. And there was a lot of things that sparked a lot of negative attention. And let's just talk real here. Let's put the show aside for all the fans out there, the people looking for all the negativity and stuff. And let's just be real. We let our egos get the best of us a lot. And both of us got in, there was a lot of things that when we started losing people because they didn't want to work with you anymore. And a lot of people were getting tired of your attitude. And I should have come more forward right to you at certain points and said, hey, it's driving me crazy. To me, I'm trying to be a guy that was trying to find a way to appease everybody at that moment. And you know what? The reality is, no pun intended with that word, but the reality is,
now,